Morning, everybody. What a beautiful day. Here we go. Tesla, $1.5 billion investment into Bitcoin. Like Elon said last week, it was bound to happen. It was inevitable. I think this is just the beginning, you guys. Let's face it. A lot of people kind of saw this coming, but when something like this shows up, it makes a big impact. It shows you that it's real. It shows you that it's not just talk. It's not just hype. This is the real deal. You guys, Tesla, it's go time. Game over. Bitcoin wins. And if Bitcoin wins, cryptocurrency wins. This is amazing. What perfect timing for this to come out. I mean, just in last night's video, we were talking about how the Ethereum CME futures is coming out, and what's that going to do to the market? Some people are having a little bit of fear. Some people are very excited and elated, and there's a balance to all of this stuff. But for this to come out today is just perfect because it goes hand in hand with what's happening with Ethereum. As a matter of fact, Ethereum's next, you guys. Mark my words. Ethereum is the next one to be invested in on a large scale by major corporations. Not only is that happening, but Bitcoin comes first, and then Ethereum's going to come after it. Tesla is not the last to do this. Tesla is the first of the major corporations, and I'm talking like top tier stuff. Grayscale, obviously huge. Many other things, PayPal. All this news is just piled on top of each other. This is getting out of control. This is getting big. This is getting to where we're talking about life-altering kinds of things. Bitcoin is a legitimate asset. The risk for investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the stigma that was attached to it, destroyed. It was on its way already, but today obliterated that. Tesla buys 1.5 billion, and that's probably just a start. They're going to continue to add to their stack. I also think that SpaceX, since it's not a publicly traded company, which does not have to disclose its public holdings, is probably invested as well. But this is the domino that's going to start some of the other big companies, the biggest corporations, getting into Bitcoin, holding them as assets in their portfolio, hedging against the dollar and the printing of the dollar and the destruction of ultimately fiat currency. You guys, this is a big day. We should all celebrate. Let's take a look at the market real quick. A little while ago, this was all green across the board, but we're gonna focus on the 24-hour prices, not so much the 1 hour, because you got to have pullbacks. When there's a huge spike like that, you're gonna get your 1.8%, your 3%, your little pullbacks here. This is just this is the pump before the pump. Okay, you all need to understand that this news is fresh. It's only a few hours old. It's just a matter of time before the entire world wakes up to this news. And I mean, we're talking about new all-time highs across the board. So look at that, 24 hours, Bitcoin, 11.3%. Guys, that's massive. Ethereum, back down to under 1,700, but still in 24 hours, 7% pump. Cardano, look at Cardano, just cracking 70 cents on the dollar. Beautiful, you guys, absolutely beautiful. We are just about to, I think, go parabolic. But not in an overly euphoric kind of way. I think it's going to be more of a slow build. I think it's going to be, if you can build slowly parabolically, it is possible. In last night's video, we talked about everything being able to come in together, to rise together. It's not so much Bitcoin versus the rest of the market. Now there will be money flowing into Bitcoin. It will be coming out of the alts, but it's going to symbiotically flow back into the alts. Because everyone's about to run together. When the running of the bulls happens, all the bulls come around the corner at the same time, and you best get out of the way, or else you're going to get run over. And by not having investments in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you're basically going to get run over. So if the richest man in the world and one of the biggest companies in the world sees the vision, although self-admittedly on their part they saw it late, I think it's time that you see too. A lot of people, and I understand where you're coming from, just yesterday, not even yesterday, just 12 hours ago, we were at 1.2 trillion. We've already increased 100 plus billion in less than 24 hours. A lot of people who are new to this, they see this, and smart investors don't get in at the top. Smart investors see charts like this and go, maybe I should wait. I've been reading comments about Cardano when Cardano pumped to 40 cents real quick. Everyone says I'm going to wait for a better entry. kept telling people, you might not get it. You might, but in a bull run like this, with the sentiment the way it is, you're not going to get that chance. Chances are, it's almost doubled from that point already, and still people are saying the same thing. I'm afraid to get in. I'm afraid to get in. The trend is your friend till the end. Do your own research. If you continue to miss it, what's going to happen is eventually you're going to come in, you're going to FOMO literally at the top. Cardano's going to pass $1. You say, oh, it's time to get in. Maybe it goes to $1.20, maybe it goes to $1.30, and then maybe it has a big pullback because of such a big run up. And I'm not saying these things are going to happen. I'm just saying they could happen, and you need to be wise with your investments. You never go all in on anything. I am definitely not here to give you financial advice. I'm here to record what the market is doing. I'm here to share with you the thoughts of somebody who's been in this market for a while and has made a lot of mistakes and has learned from those mistakes. So, that's what this channel is all about. And I just want you to be aware of what's happening. This news is huge. This news will affect the entire market. This news is going to make waves even in the legacy system, in the traditional stock market. If this opens the floodgates for people like Apple and Amazon and Microsoft and some of the other largest companies in the world to start putting these assets, these Bitcoin assets, on their books, we're going to have a big year. We're going to have a really big year. And you're going to have to understand how to profit from that. If you buy something and it goes up 5x and you don't take profits, you're going to suffer. Trust me, I've done that. I've done it more than once. I had to learn that lesson more than once. That's a hard lesson to learn when you're talking about a decent size chunk of money, because if you're smart, you take that investment, you put it off to the side, and when those dips come, because they will come, you hit that. That's your ammunition, you guys. You've got to build up your store of wealth, but you've got to have your ammunition too. You can't be all 100% invested all the time. That's another mistake you can make. You get greedy. You want to turn that 100% gain into a 500% gain, and that 500% gain, you want to turn that into another 10x and get a 50% gain. That happens. It happens all the time in crypto. But what goes up must come down, and you have to understand how to make money in the middle. That's where you find your financial security, and that's where you learn how to become a smart investor and not go over the top and expect to actually, hit the moon and just not quite make it and come crashing back down to earth, because it's happened before. It may happen again. And anytime you're taking profit off the table and you see your investment continue to go up, it can be a very strange feeling. But let me tell you, if you're making money, then you're doing it right, because that's what you're here to do, right? You're here to make money. If you've got a lot of money on the table in the profit and you're not taking it, you're not making it. You're not making any money. If you don't sell at a loss, you haven't lost anything either. So you have to have those two things and put them in balance and learn how to take profits. Right now, we're about to hit a really, really, I think, what's going to be the golden age of crypto. And in crypto, everything moves quickly, right? It's like dog years. I mean, one year is like 7 years. One day is like a week. But the golden age is upon us. That could be, short-lived, or this could be stretched out over a long time. If things keep happening at the pace they're happening right now, we're looking at a very long, extended bull run. There will be pullbacks. Pullbacks are healthy. We need them. You can't just go straight up hockey stick, because then it's just going to collapse on itself. But this could extend for a long time. And if the world continues to adopt Bitcoin en masse, guys, what is Bitcoin? It is an asymmetric asset. It is supply and demand. It is the ultimate supply and demand created asset of all time. You cannot make more of it. If the world demands Bitcoin and it continues to outpace the supply, which is the way it's designed mathematically, we're looking at something that's going to alter the way the entire world looks at what is known as money. Bitcoin is not the new gold. It's better than the new gold. It's beyond digital gold. You can do so much more with. We're in a digital age, guys. What are we doing right now? We're talking to each other while I'm talking to you through a computer on the internet. Digital. It's time. It's time to put your biases aside. It's time to put your fears aside, and it's time for you to maybe put some of your traditional investments aside and look into the future and have yourself a little piece of that pie, because it's a big pie and you don't need a lot. You just need a little bit. You guys, just a little sliver of that pie can change your life and can change the lives of the people that you love and that you know. We're talking about creating generational wealth that can be handed down to your children's children if we make it that far. So um, we're going to look just at a few more cryptos here. Um, Elron Gold, everyone's been talking about that. Personally, I don't have any, and it's not why I don't like it. I just, if I was to get in, I kind of missed the boat on this one. 184% in the last 7 days, and that's a pretty high market cap. We'll see what happens to that. They talk about it being an Ethereum competitor. In my eyes, there's really only one Ethereum competitor. That's Cardano, which has yet to be seen. But with all the news coming out, guys, I still think that we can double from here. I think $1.40 Cardano, which would break the new all-time high of $1.33, it's coming. It's on the way. I think it's going to happen by March. I think it's going to happen before Goguen gets released, but we shall see. Once again, beautiful day. Some of these things working their way back up to where they were when they had pumped last week with their, their 200%, their 140%. They're holding strong, and in a time when a pullback or a little bit of fear can really drive the market down, the market's staying healthy. The market's robust. It's all because of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin just got a major injection today. So hold tight. It's going to be a good week. Let's see what happens with Ethereum. I can tell you this: I don't see anybody coming in right now and shorting Ethereum. I think they'd be foolish to do that. I think they would just cause themselves a lot of financial embarrassment. Nobody wants that. So go Ethereum. If Bitcoin and Ethereum can remain healthy like this side by side, we're looking at the golden age. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a fun run. It's going to be a good time. And I urge you to all just think your way through this. Remain diligent and don't get pushed out of the market through fear, and don't get overly zealous with greed. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. If you can't make money in this market right now, in the conditions that we're riding in right now, you're never going to make money in this market. Remember I said that, okay? Find a way to make a profit, take a profit, be wise, and everything's going to be just fine. So I pretty much think that's it for today. I think we're going to call it there. I've got some news to digest myself and a lot of work to do because, as we all know, this market moves very quickly. And if you do not stay on top of it, you're going to do yourself a disservice. Digesting information and the time you put into that can never be overstated. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time.